because it is actually the first introduction I had to West Coast gangster rap and just rap music in general. Hey guys, Barks here and welcome back for another double header for the qualification rounds of my CD Collection Cup. There are only 6 more groups to go, and today we are doing Group P and Group Q. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm going through my CD collection that I collected over many years, and I'm transferring all the songs that I like from each album into a Spotify playlist. As I'm putting the tracks into the playlists, I'm taking note of how many tracks are coming off each album, and that is going as a score against that album. And what I've done is I've put all these albums into groups of 8, and I'm playing them up against each other like a football, soccer, World Cup. So for example, if there's an album that I had 3 tracks that I liked, and that played up against an album that I had 5 tracks that I liked, the album with 5 tracks would win that matchup. And once all the albums in that group have played each other, we have a table. And the top album on that table will go directly to the cup, and the second placed album on that table will go into the second chance draw to get into the cup. There are 21 groups and there are 31 places in the cup. So there will be 21 teams going directly through from the group stages, and then there will be another 11 albums in the second chance pool that will also make it to the cup. So now that we've got a bit of an idea of what's going on, let's get into Group P. The first album in this group, I somehow ended up with 2 copies of it along the way, and that's Shock Value, Timbaland. Now one of these has a bonus disc and one doesn't, and I think the one that I originally got didn't have the bonus disc, but I'm just going to go off the one that didn't have the bonus disc because I think that's the one I found in Spotify. This had tracks like The Way I Are, and then Apologize with One Republic. So many tracks that were huge when they came out, and it was around that real peak with Timbaland and Justin Timberlake, and they were just smashing it really. It was everywhere on the radio during the period that this came out, and I think that was around 2007, late noughties. They were just huge. Next album in the group is Raw, Daz Dillinger. I've already documented in this series how much of a fan of Daz Dillinger I am and West Coast gangster rap, and just reiterating that fact, this is the life I lead. Daz Dillinger's 3rd album in this group. This was the first one of his that I actually ever bought, and it was the first time I realized that he was like making albums after you didn't hear much in Australia from the West Coast and all that for a long time, and it was just, I just stumbled across it one day in a CD shop, and then that's when I started to look for more of his albums and started getting them imported from America. 4th album in this group is 1999, Naughty by Nature, another great album. There's a track on here called Live or Die with Master P, Silk Shocker, Mystical, and Finesse. I really like that one. Okay, we are starting to get down to the albums here where it's getting heavy. So The Chronic is the next one in this group. Next album is Nostradamus, Nas. Next one was produced by 50 Cent, and this one is Mobb Deep, Blood Money. G-Unit's heavily featured in this album, and it's got some decent tracks on it. Last one in the group, Jim Jones, Harlem's American Gangster. One of my favorite tracks of all times on this. It's the intro track, actually, just like the intro from It's Dark and Hell is Hot with DMX. Yeah, the intro track on this is really good. So let's get straight into the table and see who made it through to the cup. In 8th, Nostradamus, Nas. In 7th, Blood Money, Mobb Deep. In 6th, Harlem's American Gangster, Jim Jones. In 5th position, This Is the Life I Lead, Daz Dillinger. In 4th, 1999, Naughty by Nature. In 3rd position, Shock Value, Timbaland. In 2nd, The Chronic,
Get the fuck out of here! We're gonna run you, motherfucker!
Dr. Dre. And in 1st position, Raw, Daz Dillinger. It's an outrage. Dr. Dre, The Chronic, is going into the second chance draw. I did not anticipate this one being ranked so high. I forgot how many tracks on this album that I enjoy, and that is why it's the one going directly to the cup. So there you go, shock value for you on that one a little bit. These are the ones going through. Moving right along now with this double header, and we are going to go into Group Q, and let's just start it off straight away. First album in this group is Long Beach to Fillmore, Daz Dillinger and JT the Bigger Figure. Next one is Who is Mike Jones? Mike Jones, Still Tippin'. It's my favorite track off that album. Third album in this group is Kings of Crunk, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. It says double CD, but it's not really. It's just like a bonus CD, which is actually a DVD. Next one in this group is Daz Dillinger Presents Who Ride With Us, the compilation Volume 2. Another one of my favorite CDs. Got some really good tracks on it. I just remember this one fondly. Fifth CD in this group is It's Dark and Hell Is Hot, DMX. I think of every gym compilation that I've ever made for myself, or any pump up kind of mixtape that I've made, or anything, the intro track off this has always been kind of the first song that I've put on any mixtape that I've made for myself. The next album has a lot of sentimental value for me because it is actually the first introduction I had to West Coast gangster rap and just rap music in general at that level, like beyond the whole like Will Smith and everything else. It was just like, I've never heard anything like this stuff before, and that's when I just really fell in love with rap music, and that is Dog Food, the Dog Pound. I had a mixtape, like an actual cassette tape, and it had a bunch of tracks from this, Doggy Style, and I think a few from All Eyes on Me from Tupac, but it was mainly this and Doggy Style. That was the start. They were my genesis of rap music. Next album is another one that got a lot of play in my car driving around just after I left school and everything like that, and that is The Art of War, Bone Thugs. And this is a double. Could be a disadvantage, could be an advantage, but it does get sliced in half on whatever amount of tracks that I put into the playlist. I think the one that sticks out on here for me is Wasteland Warriors. Was always one of my favorite tracks to go to off this album. And the last album in this group is Jermaine Dupri Presents Life in 1942. So let's go straight to the table, and in 8th it is Kings of Crunk, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. 7th is Who Is Mike Jones, Mike Jones. 6th, Long Beach to Fillmore, Daz Dillinger and JT the Bigger Figure. 5th, Life in 1472, Jermaine Dupri. In 4th position, The Art of War, Bone Thugs and Harmony. In 3rd, Who Ride With Us, Volume 2, Daz Dillinger. In 2nd position, Dog Food, The Dog Pound, which means the winner of this group is It's Dark and Hell Is Hot, DMX. It was going to be hard for this one not to make it through in any form or fashion because there's just so many great tracks on this one. So Dog Food goes through the second chance draw, and then we have It's Dark and Hell Is Hot, DMX going directly through to the cup. But that's it for this one, guys. If you agree, disagree, let me know in the comments. Other than that, if you did like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn the notifications on so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.